Alright guys, today we're taking a look at a game on the Oculus Quest and also on the PC platform called Mini Motor Racing. Now, I'm excited for this game because I've actually been hearing a lot of rumblings about this game for folks who played it on the Oculus Quest, saying it's one of the best racing games on the Oculus Quest for sure, and it's a really good racing game in general. There's a lot of options, a lot of content, so I had to check this one out for myself because I wanted to see what all the I wouldn't say hype because it's not like a lot of people are talking about it, but the small groups that I'm following. So I knew this game was a game that I wanted to show you guys on the channel and review for you guys so we can take a look at this one together and see what all the fuss is about. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, here we are with Mini Motor Racing. So I'm excited to dive into this game because I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard, on the Oculus Quest, which it also is out on there as well, just like it is on the Oculus Store on the PC side of things, for the Oculus Rift and such. I heard that it was a really, really good racing game, and I wanted to check it out for myself. I had to. Mini Motor Racing apparently has a million options, so we're going to dive into this here. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've seen so far. So let's go ahead and start off with a quick race. We can select our cars here. That one's fine. And just to let you know, I'm really bad at this game. Like, really bad. So this is not going to be an expertise showing on how to play, how to win. But you can see that you have a top view. Look how awesome this looks with the clouds on the top of you, the balloon flying by. This looks really good. I haven't seen this level before, and the way that this is going through, and it gives you a minute to actually take it in, because you can start the race when you want to. And look at that cruise ship over there. Looks like the Royal Caribbean coming. This looks really, really good. Alright, so what you can do, as you can see through the tutorial, is you can tap this button here, and you can change the view. Right now we're in a top view. If I tap this, now you can get the back view. If I tap this way, now I'm on the opposite side view. If you hold it, now you can actually get in the car and drive in the car this way. If you tap it now while you're in the car, you can get a little bit further back in the car. You can get right on top of the car like this. You can get behind the car like this. Even further back of the car and back into the car again. So there's a lot of different ways to basically, comfort stuff, and a lot of different ways that you can view this if you want. So if you want to pull up the menu here to grab the RC controller, so if you pull this up, now instead of using that button on your hand, you can actually use a wheel instead. Grab the RC or wheel and play from anywhere. Use the fixed wheel in a position by being in the car, or you can use the stick's analog at any time. So you can always use the sticks, or you can grab the wheel, or you can grab the RC or wheel and play from anywhere. So a lot of different options that they throw you at in the game. On top of that, you can also teleport from all these different locations as well. So you can teleport right to here on these different areas of the map. There's just a ridiculous amount of options on how you want to view. You can view from over here in this corner. You can go to that corner. And this can happen all mid-race too if you wanted to. You can go back to the top view. You can get a little bit lower of a view from down here. And each track has like certain vantage points. Look, you can even do a vantage point here from up top. So this is awesome. So many different options to play with. So controls. Gives you a control so you know how to play, reverse, accelerate, all that kind of stuff. Nitro is this one. Alright. Alright, so here we go. Starting off well. Damn it, stuck in the corner. I told you guys you didn't come to watch actual skill here. This takes some practice to get used to on how to drive this. I'm about to get double lapped. So, terrible showing of me, but that's fine. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the main menu. Let's go ahead and do a new race. we'll pick a different track so you guys can see another one, and we'll do a different vantage point. So let's go ahead and select this track here. Speed medium. Looks like, is the speed set? Oh yeah, that's something you could set. Let's see how low feels like. Yeah, that's it. So let's go behind the car and see how this is. So here we're following the car. It follows the car behind you. Shows you the track in orange when your view's being taken away, which is interesting. When something's like blocking the view or something. Orange highlighting thing is smart though, because it definitely doesn't let you crash, that's for sure. Interesting way to do it. It'd be great if we can at least catch one of these racers and not come in last again. But like I said, this game's it's difficult. Fun, but difficult. I keep forgetting about boost too. Oh man, I just boosted into the tires. What a waste. Oh, so much for coming 5 out of 6. Wow. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna come in last, but I epically failed that at the end and ran right into the pole. Alright, so let's go to new race again. So we had, when we were doing the other races, what we had is in the options here, you can actually change the car camera to either follow mode or fixed. We've had it on fixed this whole time, which is why I was following us around the track the way it was. If we change it to action, now we can actually go inside the car. Now we can actually go inside the car here. And let's see what view we're going to use. Let's try the one from behind, and let's see how this goes. See if I do any worse than what I did before. There we go. Can't get... Oh, no! I just got put inside the car. For some odd reason, I must have hit the button. Alright, let's get back like this. Alright. I think the behind the car is probably my favorite way to play. Let's do one more track here. And let's show you guys completely in the car the whole entire time. So let's do one more track. So let's do it in the car the whole entire time so you guys get an idea of what that looks like. So we'll use the wheel. Jesus Christ, that pile of freaking dust coming up. I could barely see the road. Like, legitly. This makes it much more, I would say more fun, but hard, because you can't see exactly what's coming up all the time, especially compared to the other views. And also, that dust when I was behind people, literally couldn't see a damn thing in front of me. I'm sure once you memorize these courses, it won't matter as much, but somebody who isn't that great. Last lap here. Keep forgetting about that boost button. So yeah, that is basically all the a little bit of the gameplay of so that's a little bit of the gameplay of what the game is like. There is a ton of options in this game, and as far as the cars, you can see how many cars there are. You can see all these different things that you could do with the cars and stuff, and you have a whole career path to unlock new cars. As you can see, some of the ones you unlock, and you can also do when you do quick races and stuff. As you saw, there's a bunch of different tracks. Look how many tracks there are. There's over like 30 tracks here. Day and night cycle. So many different variety of tracks here. All really, really well done, and a lot of customizations that you can unlock with your helmet, your gloves, your wheel that you can spiff out, all these different things. But we're not even done yet. If you go to the arcade mode, they have something called Bumper Ball, Micro Motor, and Time Trial. So, of course, you can play all these games inviting your friends, or you can do a random game online, of course. But I got to show you Bumper Ball at least. And if you guys have ever played something like Rocket League, and you can play this against AI, thank God, or you can play it against, you know, with your friends and stuff. So easy to play with your friends or to play against the AI. But if you guys, so now if we come in through here, let's go ahead and go behind our net. Okay, so we're gonna hit start. Yeah, being inside the car for this view isn't exactly great. Got a goal with that though, 1-0. All right. Now you don't reset after each goal; you kind of just go. But there are boosts that you select. And there's boosts all over the place, of course. Not in our goal. But yeah, you guys get the idea. You're trying to come over here. You're trying to score a goal. You got 3 minutes to do so. And it's just some 2-on-2 action. So there's just a ton of variety in this game. Just a lot of different games that you can play. So I'm going to continue playing this game even longer, play through some of the other options and stuff, and then we'll get to the table now, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, guys, so that was Mini Motor Racing on the Valve Index, and of course also available on the Oculus Quest. I do have them on both because I played it on the Valve Index using the Oculus software, where I got cross-buy basically for buying it on the Quest and also on PC. So I did get a chance to play it on both. So let's start with the actual game first. And guys, I have never seen so many options for like viewing angles and comfort and all that stuff in a game, like ever. This is easily takes the cake for any of the VR games I've ever played as far as the amount of options you have. And they're not just thrown in. Each option can be viable for someone. Like each option in different ways can be a viable way of playing the game. You know, you got the giant top-down view when you're racing, which a lot of people I know like to play that way. That view's been around for a while. But then you can do it from different vantage points. You can get inside the car. You can get right behind the car. You can get even further back from the car. Then you can go and do like the vantage point on the course, because there's like a spot on the course that has like a high vantage point. so you can kind of look around the whole course that way in the center of it. Then there's the option that you can either use the controls in your hand like the analog sticks, or you can use an actual racing wheel, or you can use the RC remote. There's just so many options, and then so many tracks, so much content in this game. The content is ridiculous. Like, the amount of content that they put into this game. There's over 30 tracks in the game. There's a bunch of different cars that you start off with and to unlock, on top of the fact that you can unlock all these different cosmetic things for your character with the gloves and the wheel that you get to use and stuff like that. Then we have a full-on career mode that you can go through and progress to get those unlockables. That's how those unlockables are unlocked. Then on top of that, you got arcade mode, and arcade mode adds 3 or 4 more options that you can play, one of them being like a Rocket League clone basically in the game. It's just crazy the amount of options and the amount of things that you can do in this game. And like I said, and I said it again, they're not just shoehorned in here. This is not just, they have 30 tracks in here, but half of them look like the other ones. No, each other track basically looks like completely different than the other one, because usually they do like a day and a night cycle for each track. So that's usually how they're rotating it. But the night cycle looks ridiculously great and very different, like in the sky and the setting and stuff, when you're in the night than you are in the day. So it definitely feels very different. But the tracks all have such good variety in them with the way that you can actually play them. And the views that I was showing you guys, my preferred view of playing the game for sure is behind the car. Not inside the car, but right behind it, like I showed you guys at the end, because I like the top-down view. I have no issues with it. Like, I didn't get sick playing this game or anything like that in any of the modes that I played. But on the top view, I'm just really bad at it, because sometimes I get confused that, like, he should be turning left because he's on the left-hand side of me as opposed to turning right like you think. So I just get confused with the controls sometimes when I'm doing the top view. Something, of course, I can get used to if I continue playing that way, but when you're behind the car, obviously you're just racing it like a car at that point. And I like the one that's a little bit behind it, so you get a little bit more view ahead of what you're actually doing. Being inside the car is really cool, and I'm glad that the option is here. But god damn, is it hard when you're behind that car, because you just have no way of knowing what's coming up in front of you because you're really close to there, which is fine in theory. But then you got to deal with the cars in front of you that are like throwing up dirt on the track, as you guys saw. And I couldn't see jack in front of me of what the hell I was supposed to do, so I couldn't actually, progress in the race. But it's definitely fun, and it's definitely a cool vantage point to be able to do it. And I love the other vantage points too that I showed you guys, and some of the other ones that I tried later. Being in the center of the track and getting an overall view of the whole track. There's just a lot of different ways, and there's definitely going to be a way that you guys all prefer to play, and it's probably going to vary from person to person. And the graphics on the PC side are really, really fantastic. They're really, really good. On the Oculus Quest, they're good. Obviously, they're not, the environment and stuff isn't as crisp and as detailed as it would be on the PC, so it definitely looks a little bit better on the PC, but it still looks good on the Oculus Quest. I think you guys will still be impressed, especially because of how colorful and the variety of all the tracks and stuff. I think most people are going to be impressed regardless. But, and of course, this game has multiplayer that you can play with people if you want, online. It also has, you can play with the AI, of course, so you can play any of the modes with AI if you want. You can invite your friends into the game really easily off your Oculus friends list, and it is cross-play and stuff. The game comes out on Steam in June 12th, I believe. So they said that that's going to be cross-play as well between Steam and the Oculus Quest users and stuff, so the player base will only grow from here. I played online a couple of matches. I didn't notice any lag or anything like that, either on the Quest or on the PC side. No issues at all there. And I wouldn't mind playing either of these versions. I'm glad I have it on the Quest when I'm on the go, and I could show this to people, show what a racing game could be like in VR, with all the multitude of comfort options that there are. And then, of course, if I want to have even higher fidelity, I got it on the PC as well. So, guys, I think this is easily the best racing game on the Oculus Quest. It's definitely in the top 5 for me on the PC side. There's just so much fun to be had playing online, racing around the track and stuff. With the variety that there is, the graphic art style in the game, all the unlockables and all the different modes that you have, it's just so much fun to go through. And this is just an outstanding game. I think it's worth everyone's money, especially if you want an Oculus Quest and you've been looking for a racing game. I think this is when you guys owe it to yourself to check out. And that is Motor Mini Racing on the Oculus Quest. If you guys have any questions about anything we talked about here today, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Tech, Gaming Techie is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming